75 people in the chat room, 81 people watching on YouTube. You gotta love it. We're broadcasting live to terrestrial stations all across the United States. I am Dr. Peter Glidden, your steadfast advocate for health. Welcome to the Dr. Glidden Show, where we bust open the can of medicine, pour it onto the countertop, and sort the good from the bad. Nobody else is doing it like I do it, with the possible exception of Dr. Wallach. Dr. Wallach, my mentor, colleague, and friend, the founder of Youngevity, is my, for lack of a better word, mentor, idol. Dr. Wallach's knowledge base regarding pathophysiology in the human body and what to do to fix it is approached by none, equaled by none. As far as I'm concerned, if Dr. Wallach says jump, you should say how high. Together, we are pulling the curtains back on The Wizard of Oz and showing people, look, your medical doctor is not a sadistically bad human beings. I mean, some are. But they just have the wrong tool set for your problem if your problem is not a surgical problem or a trauma problem. Your MD is the go-to person. If you have a bullet in your arm, heaven forbid, you got a third-degree burn, go to the MD. You have a broken bone, right? Go to the MD. And then see us after they've sewed you up and stopped the bleeding. Thank God for Novocaine, right? Thank God for penicillin and the sterile technique when properly applied. The skill set that the MDs are trained in is effective for trauma. It's effective for surgery when surgery is necessary, but for everything else, they suck at what they do, and you should run away from anybody in a white coat if you are suffering from a chronic disease. Let's go to the phones right now. The phones are ringing. Heidi in Oregon has been holding the longest. Hey, Heidi, thanks for the call. You are live.
Hello. Yes.
Hello. Yeah, hello, Heidi. Thanks for waiting. What's up?
Well, I wanted to know, are you Dr. Wallach or Dr.?
Let me check my license. Hold on. I got my license somewhere here. Wait a minute. It says
are you Dr. Glidden?
Says Dr. Glidden. Yeah, that's me, Dr. Glidden.
Okay. On January 23rd, I started a treatment for what Dr. Wallach said in 90 days. He guaranteed that you would be cured of diabetes. I started taking his product, and my diabetes climbed from 150 to over 300, and it took me at least 7 months to be able to get it down to a little bit less than 200.
Okay, so let's talk about it. So first of all, there's a lot of confusion that is inherent in a conversation like this. And we need to be very careful of how we articulate things. And I've been with Dr. Wallach for 5 years now. And what we don't say, because it's illegal for us to say this, is that we cure disease. We can't say that because as far as...
Well, he said it on TV.
Well, no, he didn't. If you go back and listen to it, Dr. Wallach would have said he can support and promote the structure and function of your blood sugar, optimize your blood sugar. Dr. Wallach never, ever, ever uses the cure word, but nonetheless, what we see most of the time, the vast majority of the time, is people that are struggling with blood sugar issue, whether it's type 1 diabetes or type 2 diabetes. When they get on board with a proper medical nutrition program, the blood sugar numbers improve dramatically. And I've seen hundreds of people who were definitively diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Now they no longer have blood sugar issues. It happens more often than not, which begs the question, right? If I had a fire in my backyard and I went outside and I tried to put it out with a squirt gun, well, that wouldn't be such a good idea. I would need to turn a hose on it because we need a higher volume of water, right? But if I just tried a squirt gun, I might be led to the incorrect conclusion that water doesn't put out fires. Well, that's wrong. Water puts out fires. A squirt gun won't. I just needed more water. So when a medical nutrition strategy fails, it's because of two things. Well, sometimes three. Number one, you're not taking enough of what is necessary to get the job done, like the squirt gun and the hose metaphor. Number 2, you're not absorbing what you're taking. Or number 3, there's been something else that's been thrown into the mix here that we're not aware of. So when you started this program, did you stop your prescription medication abruptly? And I'm assuming this is type 2 diabetes?
It's type 2 diabetes, and I did not stop my medication, my regular medication.
So you maintained your dose of medication. Nothing changed there, right?
Correct.
Okay, so the only thing that you did differently...
And all I did is I got very, very sick. Very, very sick.
Well, I understand that. So in the past, in your experience with type 2 diabetes, has this same thing happened? Have there been moments in time when your blood sugars have skyrocketed and you've gotten very, very sick? Or is this the first time?
No.
All right, so this is the first time this happened. All right, so tell me what you did. First of all, how much do you weigh?
170.
170 pounds. And how tall are you?
5'4".
Okay, and tell me, do you have the specific list of the nutritional supplements that you took?
The list of the nutritional supplements?
Yeah, what the stuff that Dr. Wallach told you to take? I mean, what did you take, and how much did you take?
Okay, I cannot quite remember because I had to quit. I mean, I got so sick that I had to quit. And it was something in an orange powder in a container.
Yeah.
And I took, according to, 2 or 3 times a day, a scoopful.
Yeah.
And then there was the pills, Sweet Ease.
Yep.
Yep.
How much of that did you take?
2 before meals.
So you took 6 a day?
Yeah.
Okay, and did you do anything else? Did you do a little fish oil capsule, a little gelatin capsule that looked like
yes,
golden?
I did fish capsule and what's the other stuff?
Liquid calcium?
Yeah, I took calcium. I took the one for the bones. Okay. I'm reaching here for the medicine. Besides the fish oil, the glucosamine, conondrin.
All right, so did you take the glucosamine in capsules or in liquid?
Capsules.
How many? Do you remember?
2 or 4 a day.
Okay.
And the pain, the pain in my body increased so terrible. It was terrible.
So
I got sick.
I understand that this is happening, but we have to be specific. So was it joint pain that increased? Was it bowel pain, digestive pain? You got gas and pain and diarrhea and bloating? Or when you say you got pain in your body, what do you mean?
Okay, I got pain throughout my whole body.
And is that something that regularly happens to you, or was that a brand new thing that you'd never experienced before?
No, I did have pain, but I had pain on I have some scoliosis and pain through my spine, and that pain and I was taking Vicodin and Tylenol for the pain.
Okay.
But nothing helped. I had to quit. When I quit, it got back to the normal pain, I would say. Not
yeah,
that I was healed.
Yeah, I get it 100%. Now, what in your diet did you adjust? What foods did you stop eating after you talked to Dr. Wallach?
I went mainly gluten-free.
Yeah, so were you 100% gluten-free? You didn't have any wheat, barley, rye, or oats at all, right?
I would eat 2 slices of bread a day.
Yeah, so you were still eating wheat, barley, rye, and oats, right?
No barley.
But you were eating wheat. You're eating 2 pieces of bread a day, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So understand something, right? There's what we're doing here is we're attempting to fill up the body's nutritional tank. And it's an academic point that was proved in 1958 that type 2 diabetes is directly related to a deficiency in a trace mineral called vanadium. It's like you don't have enough vanadium, then your blood sugar is going to start to get really bad, and it's not because you have a bad blood sugar gene, it's because your body ran out of vanadium. Now, ostensibly, there are other minerals which are at play here, which also, if your body doesn't have them, then the blood sugar is going to get bad. So, from our point of view, what we are attempting to do with everybody is fill their nutritional tank up with the right stuff. And when the tank gets filled up enough, which is going to take a little bit of time, which is why we recommend a 90-day period.
Well, I took it for over 90 days, at least 120 days.
Yeah, but you were still eating bread, which is my point, because when you eat bread, even 2 pieces a day, even 1 piece a day, that effectively disallows the supplements from being able to absorb efficiently into your body. So, you know, the stuff that you were taking religiously and you know, every day like we told you to, that's a really good thing. But because you were still eating the bread that we told you to stop eating, that disallowed your body to absorb the stuff that we were giving you efficiently. So it's kind of like we're trying to fill up a bucket that had holes in it, right? Trying to fill up a bucket with holes in it. So I'm interested, though, if you did this for, you know, more than 90 days, at what point in time did the blood sugars accelerate? When did that happen? At the beginning, in the middle, or the end? Immediately. But you maintained the discipline for 90 days, even though the blood sugars increased?
Yes, I tried it because I called in. I was never able to get
hold on. We're up against a hard break, Heidi. Stick around. I want to sort this out with you. Hold on. Welcome back, everybody. Dr. Peter Glidden here. We're talking with Heidi from Oregon, who's having a hard time with the protocol. Heidi, you still with me?
Hello?
Hello. Yes. Okay, perfect. So here's what I would recommend that you do for 4 weeks in a row as a last effort to see if you can get a heads up on this problem. Because I have to tell you, Heidi, that I don't know anybody. You would be the first person in 5 years that I have met who applied our blood sugar optimization program and got nothing improved, and in fact got a great deal worse. You would be the only person that's ever happened to. So you must have been doing something wrong, and or were having some type of a reaction, an unusual reaction to.
I had a very, very bad reaction, believe me.
Oh, I believe you. So if you had such a bad reaction, why did you continue it for 90 days?
Well, because I called in and I talked with Wendy, and she talked with somebody else who didn't come to the phone, and she said, well, you haven't, at that time, you haven't quite completed your 90 days. Wait for your 90 days. And I kept on going and going till I said, I can't take this anymore. And so I quit.
Well, I mean, I would have quit too. And generally speaking, you know, there are a small percentage of people, for instance, that, you know, if there are some people that when they go to a regular conventional doctor and they're prescribed a sedative, something to help them sleep, a small percentage of those people, it will wake them up and they won't be able to sleep. And there are some people when they're given a stimulant, it puts them to sleep, and people can have all kinds of funny reactions. A small percentage of people in the population can have contrary reactions to prescription medications or anything else, quite frankly, right? So now, there's a couple of things that you need to understand here, and I would encourage you by way of education, because we're all about education, to go to my website and get something that I have for free, okay? My website is called drglidden.com. That's Glidden like the paint, drglidden.com, drglidden.com.
Okay.
On the front page of my website, if you sign up for my newsletter, which is free, by the way, there's no charge, no nothing, we will send you...
That was www.drglidden?
Yes, drglidden.com. That's correct.
Doctor, and how you use Dr. Glidden or Dr. Glidden or Dr. Glidden altogether?
Yes. It's DRGLI. DDEN.com, drglidden.com.
Doctor.
Sign up for my newsletter on the front page, and we will send you a free video that I did which explains why you need to stop eating wheat. And hopefully it will also explain why...
I was looking for a book, and I didn't go to the bookstore to find it. I'm 82 and have trouble getting around.
Yeah, well, this is why this is so easy, because it's available for you on the internet. You can just get it from the comfort of your own home, and it's free. So you really need to stop eating wheat, barley, rye, and oats. No more whole wheat bread for 4 weeks. No more whole wheat bread for 4 weeks. I wouldn't do that. Don't do it. Just stop it. Don't do it. And the video on my website will explain why. And here's what I would do for 4 weeks in a row, and look to see if it gives you a leg up with your blood sugar numbers. Every day, here's what I would do. I would do the sweeties. I would take the sweeties, four capsules of the sweeties, 3 times a day, between meals.
Do you mean 12 capsules a day?
Yes, 4 capsules of the sweeties, 3 times a day, between meals. I would do 3 capsules of the EFA Plus, the fish oil, 3 times a day with meals.
Oh, yeah, I cannot take it without...
I know, neither can I. I mean, who can? And the last thing that I would do, there's only 3 things I want you to do for 4 weeks, in addition to stop eating bread. You have to get 2 bottles of plant-derived minerals. They're inexpensive. 2 bottles of plant-derived minerals.
Like what? Give me a trade name.
Well, it's the Longevity, plant-derived minerals. Talk to the person that brought you into Longevity, and they'll tell you. And please take 1 ounce twice a day between meals. 1 ounce twice a day between meals of the plant-derived minerals. Stop eating bread in addition to the other stuff. Just do those 3 things for 4 weeks. And then you call me back with a report, and I'll look forward to it. Stick to it, folks. So I spent a lot of time with my friend from Oregon in the last segment because, she was persistent. She did the program, and she was dedicated, and it was wrong. Right? And she should have called me at the very beginning when things started to go wrong. Medical nutrition is like any other therapeutic. Like the squirt gun is a perfect example. You try to put a brush fire out with a squirt gun, it's not going to work because it's the wrong tool, right? It's the wrong tool. Yeah, the water was correct, but the delivery method was all wrong. So also, when anybody does anything with medical nutrition, or quite frankly, any medical therapeutic, I don't give a crap what it is. I don't care if you see a shaman in the jungles of Brazil, if you see the Surgeon General of the United States, if you see an acupuncturist, a chiropractor, a homeopath, or you come to us, if the therapeutic that you start with is producing negative side effects, you must stop it and figure out what's causing that, adjust the program, and move on. And if you are unwilling to clean up your diet 100%, do not bother to do what we tell you to do. Don't get the supplements because your body will have a problem absorbing them. You'll spend a boatload of money. You'll dedicate yourself to the program, and you'll get piss-poor results because every time you eat the wrong food, it opens up, the nutrients drain out. So it's a bad move. It's 3 steps forward and 2.5 steps backward. There's a little bit of progress, but not enough to make any real meaningful difference. Eliminate the 10 bad foods. Get on board with the appropriate healthy pack for your body weight every month. And, lean on me if you get negative side effects. And by the way, I have an insider subscription service on my website, the intention of which is to educate people so thoroughly that they don't need their medical doctors. You won't need your medical doctor if you become an insider. You won't. You'll know what to do if you get, diarrhea. You'll know what to do if you start to grow an 11th finger. You'll know what to do. Because this is medical nutrition for the masses. That's what this is. Foundation, boilerplate, therapeutic medical nutrition, the intention of which is to promote your body's ability to fix itself with all of the tweaks built in. So become an insider today. What are you waiting for? drglidden.com. Santa Cruz is up next. Hey, Kat, you've been waiting patiently.
Hey, Dr. Glidden. Thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome. What's up?
Another associate and I met with a dear lady. She's a 47-year-old lady at 93 pounds.
Right.
Has a weight challenge, 5'4", and she has a weight challenge. It's not an eating disorder. And I say that due to the fact that she has chronic pain from whiplash from a car accident. She has either staph or a MRSA infection around her lips, her mouth. It looks to me like poison oak. You know, when you're exposed to poison oak, you get kind of that blistery, shiny, red inflammation.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
She's had it for months, and she said the inside of her mouth burns like intense, painful. Allergy to nuts and dairy, migraine headaches, 24/7 nausea, and shaky hands.
Yeah, what have the MDs done for her?
Well, I've gone with her to many visits, ERs, everything, zero. All they do is give her antibiotics, more antibiotics, and offer morphine injections, which she refuses.
Yeah, and
so
that's why.
We met with another associate, and we want your input for the full-on recommendation. She's ready to go, longevity all the way.
Okay, well, again, this underlines the million-pound gorilla in the middle of the country that nobody's talking about. Your people are up against it all around the country. They've got legitimate problems with their body, legitimate problems. They're not making this stuff up. It's a legitimate problem that you can see and that you can feel and that you can see with the blood work. And what do the MDs have for it? Nothing. Nothing. And nothing. They got nothing.
Yep.
Right? So what's the most expensive health care? The one that doesn't work. That's the most expensive. And we have to pay hard-earned money for medical insurance premiums just to give us access to this type of incompetence. It's insane. It is, by definition, insane. It is. We're doing absolutely the reverse of what needs to be done, but there's too many. It's like the insane asylum. The inmates are running the insane asylum, and it's all just one great big giant insane brain freeze. It's unbelievable to me that this type of incompetence passes. And again, where's the best place to hide something? Right in plain sight. So
as
here
Dr.
we are.
As Dr. Wallach says often, it's criminal, but nobody goes to jail ever.
Well, it is criminal. And, maybe if everybody who had a bad result with their MD wrote a letter to somebody, the governor of the state, or don't write it to the board of medicine of the state because they're an MD, and they're just going to shred it. Maybe if everybody wrote a letter to their congressman or senator, then maybe things would happen. I mean, can you imagine what 200 million letters would do? My doctor sucks. There has to be a different way. I don't know that that's going to happen in our lifetime, but I digress. Number one, eliminate the 10 bad foods. She needs to do that. Also, I can hear myself on your show. Whatever you're listening to me on, you need to turn that off.
Okay.
We're getting feedback here. Okay.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Okay.
Yes, it's done.
Okay, good. So, I can still hear it. Are you on a speakerphone or something?
Yes.
All right, so take it off.
Okay,
Take me off speakerphone and just put me on the regular phone. All right, yeah, that's it. That fixed it. Okay, so number one, eliminate the 10 bad foods. Number two, 1 Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid. 1 plant-derived minerals. 1 bottle of selenium. 2 bottles of selenium per 100 pounds of body weight per month. In addition to that, I want her please to take 1 extra bottle of EFA Plus per month.
Okay.
And I want her to spray the colloidal silver onto that crap on her mouth every 2 hours. Just spray the colloidal silver on it every 2 hours while she's awake.
Okay.
Last but not least, 2 boxes of root beer belly for the first month, 1 box of root beer belly for the second month, and then she can stop it after the second month. That's a really good place for her to start. Remember, there should be no negative effects here. If she has any, you're going to have to help her tweak the dosage, dilute the Beyond Tangy, and spread the doses out over time. But it is of maximum importance that when she eats what little she does eat, she has to make sure none of the 10 bad foods are on that list, and that's going to stand her in good stead. This is a really good program for her. And, if she can, Kat, have her call me up every 4 weeks, more or less, with a report. I'd look forward to that.
It sounds great. Thank you, Dr. Glidden.
All right, Kat, you're the greatest. I appreciate your patience. Minneapolis, Minnesota is up next. I'm going to be going to Minneapolis, God willing, and the creek don't rise, in the new year, giving a health lecture, so stay tuned. Hey, Clinton, thanks for the call. You are live.
How you doing today, Dr. Glidden?
Pretty good, Clinton. God willing, the creek don't rise. I'll get better. What's happening?
I'm doing great, and the question that I'm calling about today is the high blood pressure.
Yeah.
Just want to get a real good recommendation for my pastor. She's about 5'4". She weighs probably about 175 pounds. At times in the past, her blood pressure has ranged up to about 170. And so I know her husband, my pastor, sent over an email that he looked up on Youngevity, and he's wondering if this product worked. Was called Ultimate Cardio FX.
Yeah, no, that's the wrong way to go with blood pressure. So okay. let me line it up for you, okay?
Okay.
All right, good. So your body has 3 types of blood vessels: lymphatic vessels, which have nothing to do with your heart; arteries, which carry blood away from the heart; and veins, which carry blood back to the heart. The main difference between an artery and a vein is that the arteries have muscles in them and the veins do not. So arteries have muscles in them because the body is smart, and when blood gets pumped into the artery from the heart, the muscles in the heart will constrict and relax and constrict and relax and constrict and relax to help the heart pump the blood downstream. It's really pretty brilliant. A muscle in an artery is not unlike a muscle anywhere else in the body, and muscles anywhere in the body constrict and relax in response to calcium and magnesium, levels of calcium and magnesium. So if you don't have enough calcium or magnesium in the body, what will happen is the blood vessel will constrict, but it can't relax. And if the muscle in the artery constricts and doesn't relax, your blood pressure goes up. It's like if you have a hose in your garden, you're watering your lawn, and you squeeze the hose a little bit, the water comes out faster. Well, that's the same thing inside the body. When your blood vessels, your arteries constrict but don't relax, your blood pressure pops up. The second cause of blood pressure is a kidney problem. Now, when the kidneys are problematic, and it's usually a lack of calcium and magnesium which is at play first, but if the kidney is at play, here's how that goes. There's, I don't know, I'm making up numbers. There's they're not millions, but there are hundreds of thousands of eeny-weeny, teeny blood vessels in the kidney. Your blood vessels in the kidney, some of which are so small that only one red blood cell at a time can fit through it. They're teeny. And there's lots and lots and lots of blood vessels in the kidney because it's the kidney's job to filter the blood. So the kidney is like one big giant filter. If you eat food which has stuff in it that's not good for your body, and the fire department of your body is weak, every single solitary day there's going to be chronic low levels of inflammation in your body. Chronic low levels of inflammation. Now, in some people's body, that inflammation goes to the joints. In some people's body, it goes to the nerves. In some people's body, it goes to the heart. In some people's body, it goes to the kidneys. If the inflammation goes to the kidneys, those little blood vessels become inflamed, and when they become inflamed, they get jammed up. So now you've got blood trying to get into the kidney because it needs to be filtered, but it's like a 5-lane highway that's gone down to 1 lane, and it's all jammed up. So the kidney knows that it's jammed up, so what does it do? It secretes a chemical into the blood, which, once it goes through the liver, causes your blood pressure to rise, because the kidney is trying to make the blood pressure higher so that it can force the blood through the blockage in the kidney. Kind of like trying to when you have a drain, a plugged up drain in your toilet, and you get the plunger, and you plunge it down to try to force the clog through. Well, that's what the kidney's trying to do. It secretes a chemical which increases your blood pressure. Why? Because the blood vessels in the kidney are all jammed up, and the kidney is trying to blow through that plug. It's trying to blow through that plug. So either it's the not enough calcium and magnesium, or the kidneys are all jammed and clogged up. It's one of the two. It's the only other thing that can make blood pressure rise is a side effect of prescription medication. Now, interestingly enough, the MDs are completely clueless as to how to fix this, and 100% of their therapies are designed to manage it. It's always a better idea to fix the mold rather than paint over it. I mean, even if you're using Glidden paint, it's a bad idea. You stick around, Glidden. I'll be back, and I'll tell you how to do that after these words. Coming here, ladies and gentlemen. The hits keep on coming. If you like what we're talking about, get with the person who showed us to you and get your questions answered. And go to drglidden.com and become an insider, for goodness sake, where you will have immediate access to lots and lots and lots and lots of health recovery info. Some live, some archived. Really awesome stuff. And, if you don't like it, you cancel after a week. We'll give you your money back. What the heck? This is a zero-lose proposition. Let's finish it out with Clinton in Minneapolis. Clinton, you still with me?
I'm here.
I'm in, Clint. Yeah, there you are. You with me, Clint?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So first things first, we need to cut down on the inflammation that's happening in her body, right? And how do we do that? We do that by eliminating the 10 bad foods. So she has to do that. Whether it's a kidney problem or it's an artery problem, she has to do that. And if she doesn't do that, it ain't going to work. So tell her to go pound sand if she doesn't want to stop eating these 10 bad foods. And she can get a video that explains why for free, right, on my website, by becoming a subscriber to my free newsletter, and it's right there on the front page. So have her do that. Knowledge is power, man. Number 2, we need to support the fire department of her body to help the body put out the fires of inflammation, which are, quite frankly, a natural part of life. But if you eat all of the wrong food all of the time, those natural fires which occur are going to be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 times greater, and I just made all those numbers up. But we need to do what we can to not provoke the problem. You don't want to pull the tail of the tiger, right? You want to sneak by the tiger. And also you want to have a strong and healthy fire department, and we do that with selenium. So it's 1 bottle of selenium per 50 pounds of body weight per month, not to exceed more than 4 bottles a month. And antioxidants. Now, because of her situation, the recommendation would be a minimum of 50,000 ORAC points of antioxidants a day. 50,000 ORAC a day. I don't care how she does that. I don't care if she does that with a green tea, red wine, triple treat chocolate from Youngevity, or curry powder or cinnamon or whatever. I want her to get 50,000 ORAC points of antioxidants a day down the hatch. And last but not least, for the extra calcium and the magnesium support, and also the holistic medical nutrition, which is what we advocate. The recommendation, I forget her body weight. What is it? What did you tell me? 140?
No, 175.
All right, so we treat it like she's a 200-pound person for the first 90 days. So for her, Clinton, it would be 2 Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid. 2 of those. 4 selenium, right? 4 selenium. 2 bottles of plant minerals. And 1 bottle of Ultimate Daily Capsules. Now, Ultimate Daily Capsules we use as an add-on to support healthy circulation anywhere in the body. And she needs healthy circulation support. So the Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid, the selenium, the Ultimate Daily Capsules, plant-derived minerals, and the only thing then she would need extracurricularly would be the Ultimate Daily Capsules and 100 or 50,000 ORAC points of antioxidants a day. That's how she's going to do it. She's got to do that for 90 days before she judges it up or down. 90 days.
So with the bottles, the 2 bottles, was it 2 bottles of Collidio?
Two bottles of plant minerals. Yep. In a perfect world. In a perfect world, it would be. Now for her, the calcium, the Healthy Body Start Pack and the selenium are of maximum importance, and the Ultimate Daily Capsules. If it were just 3 things that she could take for budgetary allowances, it would be the Healthy Body Start Pack, the selenium, and the Ultimate Daily Capsules.
Okay.
All right. She's got to cut out the crap food, though, or we're going to be spitting into the wind, and you know what happens when you do that. Clinton, I could talk to you all day long, members. Regretfully, we are out of time. Ladies and gentlemen, go to the website. You need to be there. Why aren't you there right now? drglidden.com is where you need to be. Check it out. Tons of information for you there. You can look at not all of, but most of my archived radio shows for free. You can type in search words and find out when good old Dr. Glidden's talked about this, that, or the other thing. Thanks again to my guest today, Clive DeCarl. We're moving the conversation forward, ladies and gentlemen, showing you the undiscovered country of science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition. Dr. Glidden reminding you to live long and prosper. See you around campus.